Welcome to the first episode of our Central New South Wales trip. Hi, my name is Rosemary, one half of R&R Living Life, the other being my husband Rick. This video is a compilation of photographs I have taken of places of interest and the countryside we are travelling through. It is just a small snapshot of the vast and interesting country we visit. I hope you enjoy watching this episode of Central New South Wales. We begin our journey with a trip to Brisbane for some work on the caravan, though nothing major. Our first night saw us camp near the beach at Clontarf, a suburb of the Moreton Bay area, before moving on to a wonderful camp at Burpengary. We spent a couple of days relaxing with nature, with the hum of the highway in the background. The Gateway Bridge are a side-by-side pair of road bridges on the Gateway Motorway, the M1, which skirts the eastern suburbs of Brisbane and are the most eastern crossing of the Brisbane River and the closest to Moreton Bay. The original Western Bridge, formerly named the Gateway Bridge, was opened on the 11th of January 1986, with the duplicate bridge being opened on May 2010. To pay for the duplication of the bridge, a toll was imposed on the original bridge in 2005 and on the new bridge when the latter opened. Day 4 saw us leave Burpengary and make our way along the Pacific Highway over the Gateway Bridge to the Gold Coast and on over the border into New South Wales. The drive down was interesting as it was a little windy and with some areas of the highway closed with roadworks and the traffic built up in these areas. Today we made camp at Mullumbimby. On setting up and unhooking, we headed back up the highway to Point Danger, Coolangatta, visiting the Captain Cook Memorial as well as the iconic Point Danger Lighthouse. Point Danger was named by Captain James Cook on his 1770 journey up the east coast of Australia to warn later mariners of dangerous coral reefs off this treacherous coast. As we had visited Cameron Corner, the westernmost point of the border between Queensland and New South Wales, we wanted to also visit the most easterly point between the two states. In 1863, surveyors Francis Edward Roberts from Queensland and Isaiah Rowlands from New South Wales were chosen to survey the boundary line. Starting from Point Danger in June 1863, the surveyors marked a rock with their initials. The mark included a colony abbreviation and the last two digits of the year. However, the rock mark was lost at the turn of the century, probably due to quarrying. As a result of the two separate surveys being carried out, the defined border positions were different, even though in many instances both surveys used the same tree to mark the corners. At the direction of the Queensland Surveyor General, Roberts deviated from the definable position of the watershed in order to increase accuracy of the survey. Both governments have since essentially adopted the survey of Roberts in preference for that of Rowland. Day 5 saw us venture east over the Brunswick River, lined with sugarcane, grazing and river flats to Byron Bay, arriving at the Byron Bay Lighthouse. We were fortunate enough to see whales migrating south, truly amazing as some were so close to the shore. Continued our journey through the rainforest area to Suffolk Park and on to Lennox Head, where we stopped at Pat Morton Lookout overlooking the Coral Sea. We went for a walk along the cliff tops, but most of the length of it was fenced off as it had been eroded away from the recent storms and was quite dangerous, but we did get to see the occasional whale on its journey south. We made a stop at the Richmond River Lighthouse, installed as a temporary light in 1866. We continue along Tourist Drive to Ballina, a sleepy coastal town on the north coast of New South Wales, situated primarily on an island at the mouth of the Richmond River. The clouds and light showers that had been threatening all day finally gave in, giving us a wet drive back to Gulgan Road, our turn-off to Mullumbimby. Mullumbimby is a scenic town situated at the foot of Mount Chincogan beside the Brunswick River. Mount Chincogan towers 260 metres above the town and is a minor lava plug of the now extinct Tweed Shield volcano. Neighbouring Wallumbin, Mount Warning, is the main lava plug of the same volcano. Today we make our way towards Grafton, located nearly 50 kilometres from the coast. We follow the M1 for a short way before heading west. We pass through Maclean, where the highway bridge crosses the Clarence, and Ulmarra, once a port town on the banks of the Clarence River. Maclean, with its Scottish history, dates back to the 1840s, when Caledonians started coming here, attracted by Australia's gold rush and the prospect of avoiding famine back in their homeland. The Ulmarra Hotel, a glorious Federation building, has been a meeting place for locals since it opened in 1906. The Clarence River, which just happens to be the largest river on the eastern seaboard, winds its way through deep ravines and broad plains, ancient forests, lush farmlands, sleepy villages, and 100 charted islands. The Clarence, with its tributaries, the Nimboida, the Ora, the Man, and the Coldstream, drains over 2 million hectares and contains over 100 islands, including Susan Island, which lies between Grafton and South Grafton. In 1838, Thomas Small of Sydney, inspired by Craig's report, sent his brother and 24 surveyors on board the schooner the Susan to the Big River. It was the first European vessel to enter the river. Grafton, Jacaranda capital of Australia, is situated on and divided by the Clarence River and is at the heart of the Northern Rivers region. This historic town is lined with glorious Victorian and Edwardian architecture and is an extensive agriculture and pastoral district. The fertile river flats are used for dairying, sugarcane and mixed farming. Fishing, the raising of pigs and cattle, and the processing and marketing of primary produce are also important to the local economy.